Sick of being out of the loop at your big game party every year? Have no fear, this is everything you need to know about this year's large football competition. Welcome to the Play Reaction, I'm Corey Draper. I'm here to help catch you up on the major sports ball event that nearly everyone watches, but no one's allowed to say publicly. The giant ball game is this Sunday in Atlanta, and chances are you're going to a huge match party without knowing anything about the two teams playing. Except for that one guy married to Giselle. And since there's just too much information and not enough time, you've resigned yourself to just going to watch parties for the food and the commercials. But you don't have to. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of both teams competing in the sizable bout, the top players, coaches, and any backstory that may be referenced on the broadcast. The two teams playing this Sunday are the New England Patriots, that's in Boston, and the Los Angeles Rams, in Los Angeles. These franchises have squared off before in the hefty football finals, and that will be frequently referenced on Sunday. The year was 2002. The Patriots were big underdogs playing this game with their young backup quarterback named Tom Brady. They ended up shocking the world and forced 3 turnovers against the Rams' high-flying offense, known commonly as the greatest show on turf, and won the immense contest 36. Since then, the Patriots have gone on to appear in 7 more ginormous meetings, winning 4 more of them, and have yet to suffer a losing record. The Rams? Well, this is their first return to the girthy event, have only had 3 winning seasons since that year, and have moved from St. Louis to Los Angeles. Some people think, or rather hope, that if LA can beat New England on Sunday, it would make the perfect bookend to the Patriots dynasty and end their reign of terror on the league. The last time the Rams did win a championship, it was in the city of Atlanta. We'll see. So how did these teams get here anyway? The Patriots were 11-5 in the regular season, and the Rams were 13-3. They both had to win 2 games in the playoffs for a right to play this Sunday. And they both won in dramatic fashion in their respective semifinal games. It's likely someone you're with on Sunday will talk about how the New Orleans Saints should be there instead of the Rams had it not been for a missed pass interference penalty by the referees late in the NFC Championship game. Instead of an automatic first down near the goal line, the Saints had to settle for a field goal. That led the game to overtime, and the Saints still had a chance to win it, but quarterback Drew Brees threw an interception and the Rams kicked a game-winning field goal. The Patriots also had to win in overtime against the Kansas City Chiefs. It was an exciting game that could have ended in Kansas City winning at the end of regulation due to a Tom Brady interception. Unfortunately, a Chiefs player had lined up offsides, which was a penalty that negated the interception. The Pats then marched down the field, tied the game, and won in overtime. Speaking of New England, here's everything you need to know about the Pats this year. There have been 2 big constants in this dynasty since the beginning: head coach Bill Belichick and quarterback Tom Brady. Together, they've formed the greatest coach and QB tandem in the history of the league. Your friends may make mention of how during this reign, the Patriots have been involved in a couple of controversies. The first was named Spygate, in which it was discovered that Patriots employees had been secretly videotaping the New York Jets coaches from their own sideline in an attempt to steal signals. The second was named Deflategate. Yeah, I know, super original. Basically, Tom Brady was accused of getting his footballs deflated so he could have better grip, which somehow is cheating. Anyway, it's likely that most people at your party will be rooting against New England, and they will likely mention these controversies as a big reason. They also win a lot. As for the rest of the team, you may recognize running back Sony Michel. He's a rookie who was playing for the Georgia Bulldogs before leaving for the pros. He's just one of many running backs New England uses in rotation, along with James White, Rex Burkhead, and James Devlin. Any one of these guys could have a big game because Coach Belichick likes to keep defenses guessing. The major pass catchers will also see a lot of the spotlight, such as wide receivers Julian Edelman and Chris Hogan, as well as tight end Rob Gronkowski, also known as Gronk. Gronk has been a big-time player for the Patriots for years, both in stature and in his play. He's been frequently injured, though, and has been toying with the idea of retirement. This very well could be his final game. You'll likely see a lot of the Patriots coordinators on the sideline. First, there's defensive coordinator Brian Flores, who has just accepted the Miami Dolphins head coaching job. Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, was with the team at the beginning of the dynasty and then returned to New England after being a head coach with the Broncos and then offensive coordinator for the Rams. You may hear about how he accepted the Indianapolis Colts head coaching position last year, only to back out and return to New England in the 11th hour. Okay, so that covers the major players and coaches for the Patriots. But what about the Rams? One guy you'll be sick of hearing about is head coach Sean McVay. He is the league's new boy wonder. Why? Because he's only 33 years old. Oh, I'm older than an NFL head coach. Well, that's fun. McVay became the youngest head coach in history and may become the youngest head coach to win the championship. To make it even more impressive, he turned a bad team into a playoff contender in his first season last year. He shocked the league when he fixed an underachieving offense, making it one of the most dynamic with a very young quarterback. His method when he came in was humility. He knew that his strength was on offense, so he hired a seasoned veteran defensive coordinator, Wade Phillips, to completely control the defense. Phillips has been in the league for over 40 years and is an elite defensive coordinator with some head coaching experience himself. Together with Sean McVay, they've turned the Rams into a top-tier team. The Rams' turnaround has been so impactful, teams are now rushing to find the next Sean McVay. There were a slew of unproven young coaches being hired as soon as the regular season ended. Now here are some players to look out for on the Rams. QB Jared Goff is in his third year and has grown into one of the young hotshots of the league, thanks to McVay coming in and turning around what was a bad rookie season for Goff. You might also recognize a running back on this team, former Georgia Bulldog Todd Gurley. Both he and New England running back Sony Michel played together in Athens and now will be on opposing teams this Sunday in Atlanta. Gurley was a force in the regular season and has arguably been the best running back in the league the last 2 seasons. Wide receivers you'll see a lot of on this team are Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods, who each had 1,000 yards receiving this year. But the best player for the Rams is on defense. Aaron Donald is a big defensive lineman and will likely be in the Hall of Fame one day. He's a game changer who knows how to get to the quarterback. This season he has 20.5 sacks. That's 2 away from the league record. For a defensive tackle, that's someone who plays on the inside of the defensive line and not the edge, that many sacks is incredible. It's very likely he will be in Tom Brady's face all game. And finally, the halftime show will be Maroon 5. Why is that significant? They happen to release their debut album the very same year the Patriots won their first meaty fisticuffs? Sorry, I give up. Enjoy your Super Bowl party, everyone. Go Sports!